Okay, last time I talked about DSPs, digital streaming providers, and streaming music from the consumer or music fan perspective. But how about from the artist's viewpoint? For a huge artist with a label behind them, streaming's probably just fine. They're well known, they've got a lot of fans, so they might get millions of downloads for any given track. For a smaller artist, you could argue that the DSP world is both better and worse than the old hard copy record label era. On the one hand, the small artist now has access to consumers and fresh ears, we'll call them, like never ever before. It's really incredible, the potential views and downloads that are possible if you have your music on a few DSPs. And it's not that expensive either. You sign up with an online distributor, maybe TuneCore or DistroKid, and off to the races you go. Millions of people can now hear your songs. But, and it's big but, there are two large hurdles to clear. The first one is clutter. As I discussed last time, new music is uploaded every day. According to Illuminate's 2024 year-end music report, there are 99,000 songs being uploaded to streaming services every single day. Every day. That is 2.8 million songs monthly, 36 million songs every year. So to cut through and stand out and create a following, the smaller artist has got to be good at marketing, or at least able to get themselves noticed. Second big but, the revenue model itself. Even if the artist succeeds in cutting through the clutter, the actual revenue he or she receives from streaming, it's minuscule. Let's say, for example, you're a small musician or band and you get, 1,000 streams for a song. Not bad, right? 1,000 people plunk down their hard-earned cash on a credit card to stream your music. Spotify in 2025 pays between $3 and $5 per 1,000 streams. Okay, let's say your song is more popular and it gets 100,000 streams. You're probably okay, right? Well, no. You'd probably receive about $400. And I'm just using Spotify as an example. The other DSPs are in that ballpark. Some will pay slightly more, some a little bit less. But the bottom line is that there's no bottom line unless you absolutely hit a massive home run, go viral, and your music streams in the millions. So as a musician, not labeled, just a regular indie musician, is streaming the worst thing to ever happen? No. An emphatic no. The DSP model is still way better for the artist than the old model, even for the smaller indies. With the old label model, the artist had a 1 in 1,000 chance, maybe 1 in a million to be signed. And even then, the label would call a lot of the shots. It was a very tight, almost impossible window to get through. At least within the DSP world, making a living off streaming, it's going to be difficult, probably almost impossible. But the old focus of being, quote-unquote, discovered by a label, that's now replaced by making people aware you exist. Today, the artist's job is more dependent on self-promotion and less dependent on luck. And that right there is a monumental change and improvement for the smaller artist. In a perfect world, more money from streaming would flow to the artist directly. And yes, things are far from perfect. The streaming platforms have too much leverage within the music industry, ironically, a little bit like the old labels did previously. But here now we have a door that's wide open, and it never was before. The businessman in me sees both sides. From the DSP side, their server costs probably prevent too much flexibility for revenue dissemination in the hundreds of streams area. So the model's designed to generate revenue from the larger artists. From the small artist side, at least now there's a chance to be heard. The non-label world, technology and DSPs allow this.
It's that time in Sound Threads where Paul will play one of his songs. Hope you enjoy.
This week's song is called Scattered. Have you ever been in a state of constant, never-ending overwhelm? Like every day you go to the office and there's just more and more work, more and more work. We've all been there at different times, and I wrote the song to take a step back and maybe take a look at it from a humorous perspective. What can happen when a blizzard of work can lead to things like forgetting, generally messing up, and all kinds of problems. So here's Scattered. Hope you enjoy it.
The car door locked at the very time I saw the keys on a seat inside. Oh, locked out again. The memories shone, I can't recall where I'm supposed to be right now. Oh, that fog again. I'm scattered, scattered. I run in all directions at one time. Scattered, scattered. Up each day to work from 9 till 9. The plans I made are in a mess. Up at dawn, no time to rest. Oh, that clock again. Missed my turn on the drive today. My mind was drifting far away. Oh, missed again. I'm scattered, scattered. I run in all directions at one time. Scattered, scattered. Up each day to work from 9 till 9. I'm scattered, scattered. I run in all directions at one time. Scattered, scattered. Up each day to work from 9 till 9. Rushing through an endless day, the work I did was in too late. Oh, I'll start again. Oh, to be on the beach somewhere with just the sun and the ocean air. Out the door for a dinner date. Got the time but forgot the place. Oh, I'm dead again. The memories shot, I can't recall where I'm supposed to be right now. Oh, that fog again. I'm scattered, scattered. I run in all directions at one time. I'm scattered, scattered. Up each day to work from 9 till 9.
And now, here is this week's episode of The Musical Life of Freddie Spaghetti.
In our last episode, Freddie had rented a car and drove to Buffalo, New York, to meet with Rob Delroy, the artist relations manager at Delta Records. As the meeting continues, Freddie's wondering how many big stars have been in this office or one just like it and were asked these very same questions. Delroy continues, "So Freddie, do you have any questions?" Finally, Freddie can maybe find his bearings here. Is he being offered a contract? Is he being paid? What exactly does Delta want? What about his day job? What about writing more songs? What about making more videos? What about touring? What about? As Freddie asks his questions, Rob moves forward with his elbows on the desk. He locks his two hands together and says, "Okay, that's why I'm here. First off, I'd like to send you out on tour. That means that we provide you with services, and in return, the music and touring revenue are shared, depending on how much we're involved, what we do for you." Freddie hears every word but isn't processing all that's happening. He sits there, his eyes are wide open, and he wonders what might come next. Possibly by a reflex, his only question is regarding the record deal. Delroy leans back, ignores the question, and rifles off a few artist packages they could offer. The ideal one for Freddie is probably one called Rising Star. It's a one-tour deal where Delta sets up performance dates and venues. After checking off some of the most important tour details and ideas, Rob addressed Freddie's query. "Yeah, a record's possible, but unlikely. That level of partnership would come on only after a successful tour and a number of other factors. Look, if things go well and the two parties can discuss the idea of new material, records, maybe bigger tours, maybe other possibilities, then we can talk about records. One caveat on the records is that all the recordings, mix, mastering, they're all to be done at Delta right here in Buffalo, New York. But this is all theoretical at this point. The tour would come first, and for now there were details to work out, such as leasing a car for Freddie so he could travel, setting up venues and dates. How does that sound, Rob asks, now looking intently at Freddie. Real good, but I need to think on it. Yes, of course, Rob continued. In addition to all that, we'll redo your videos and make them more professional. And your legal name, is it Fred Barton Jr.? Yes. Oh, should I tell him? Freddie wondered. Will that kill my chances right here? Should I? You want to say something, son? Delroy could tell there was something more. Busted, Freddie thought. I gotta continue now. Well, my friends call me Freddie Spaghetti. Oh no, what have I done? Spaghetti? As Freddie reluctantly began to recall the story, the executive put up his hand. No, I don't need to hear the details. It's good. I can work with that. You can work with what? A confused Freddie asked. Spaghetti. And if we have another musician with you, how about the music? It's called the Noodles. We'll call it Freddie and the Noodles. Spaghetti and the Noodles, something like that. Delroy is now excited. He jumps up from his executive chair, cracks a smile, and raises both arms to the ceiling. Yes, Spaghetti and the Noodles. Freddie has no idea what he was talking about or why he seems so happy and excited, but this sound looks like a good thing. Delroy, sensing the confusion, cleared his throat, regained his composure, and sat back down. Don't worry. Just thinking out loud here.
Thanks for listening to this week's Sound Threads. Hope you enjoyed it. Next week we'll have a brand new edition. Hope you will join us then.